What's up, trucking family? This your highway brother Priest, and I want to thank you for coming into the Truckers Lounge. Trucker family, we got a situation going on overseas that could directly affect our supply chain in the U.S. that would impact the availability of import consumer goods, machinery, and manufacturing components. We got a Yemen-based rebel fighters that go by the name of Houthi that's attacking shipping vessels in the Red Sea, which is cutting off their path to the U.S., causing them to have to take longer routes. This is going to cause a surge in shipping costs. So what does that mean for us? We just listen to the clip. Let the expert talk about it.
CBS News national security correspondent David Martin joins us now from the Pentagon to understand all this activity. David, the U.S. and its allies have sent this warning to the Houthis to stop these attacks. They didn't listen, so now what happens?
Put it simply, John, the U.S. and the Houthis in Yemen are on a collision course. The U.S. and a number of other countries issued this warning to call off these attacks on commercial shipping in the Red Sea or else. And then a senior administration official followed that up by telling reporters there would be no more warnings. That was the final warning. And since then, we have had at least one more confirmed attack when a suicide drone boat, unmanned boat, came out from the Yemeni coastline into those crowded shipping lanes that lead to and from the Suez Canal and detonated. Now, nobody was injured. No ships were damaged in the attack. They were all far enough away from the explosion. But going through the Red Sea has become such a hazard that nearly 20 shipping companies have told their ship captains not to use the Suez Canal, take the long way around Africa, which of course adds time and money to every voyage. The U.S. has tried to frustrate these attacks by putting ships in the Red Sea to shoot down the drones and missiles, but the attacks keep coming. The one thing they haven't done so far is go to the source. And the source here is, of course, Houthi bases in Yemen. So if these attacks continue, and the U.S. expects they will, then we can expect to see retaliatory strikes inside Yemen.
So let me explain to you how this works. And this is for the ones who don't know, and I know there are drivers out there who already know. But when you have a situation like this going on overseas that affects freight, what some don't know, because it doesn't directly affect them now, it's going to be it's going to be a possibility that there's going to be a slowdown on freight in months to come. Chinese New Year's is right around the corner. I think it starts around February the 10th and it lasts 16 days. But that already makes it a slow period in March for the United States anyway in terms of freight moving. So this is going to probably extend that out for about another month or so, because when you got ships that's got to take a longer way around and it's adding weeks on top of it, yeah, they're going to charge more because their costs went up. But here's where the drivers come in at, and this is what I want to explain to all the owner operators. Any company that's in charge, especially smaller companies, that's in charge of bidding on their freight, their contract freight or whatever. This is the time now, if you're in the spot market, to up your prices 30 to 40%. And I'm going to tell you why. Now is the time, because the freight that's moving now, it's going to start drying up because of what's going on in the Red Sea. Because, again, this freight is this is a route that ships have to take from Asia coming to the West. So you want to start charging now, because what's going to happen, they're going to have a surplus of freight probably in what's this, what next month, February, March, April is probably going to be like a surplus of freight. It's going to feel normal. You're going to have a lot of brokers calling you then, even in that point, to tell you, we got endless freight. We're looking for a good quality carrier, and they're promising to want to give you a whole lot of freight, which is cool because in that time, that's when you're going to bring your rates back down to normal anyway. The 30 to 40% I'm talking about is now. You need to start charging that now. But when all this come down the pipe, it's going to be a lot of freight available, and you're going to have brokers coming and promising you they have so much freight, they're looking for a good quality carrier. This is how you bust them wide open. Say, okay, cool. What is the volume of freight that you're talking about? Oh, we're going to do about, for example, 10 loads a week. Okay, cool. So you're going to give me all 10? Yeah, we're looking for a good quality carrier. You do a great job. We're going to give you all 10 per week. This is how you get them. Okay, email me the contract. I'll sign it and send it over. Most likely they're not going to do that because no broker want to be bounded by a contract. They only want you to be bounded by a contract, which is called a broker's agreement. But that's how you flip it on them, which is cool. They don't have to. But they're only going to do that to try to get you to come down at the lowest price possible. So if they can't send you a contract confirming that you're going to get 10 loads a week for however long you're pleased with, okay, keep your rate where it's at, where you feel comfortable with. Don't drop it for nothing. If you can't get consistency, you can't trade out that for a lower rate for a one-off load. And like I said, this is for my spot market guys, because what they're going to do with the contract guys, those are the ones that's already locked in at a particular rate no matter what happens. So they're going to use spot market guys for their overflow that their contract guys are not going to be able to handle when all this freight do start piling up over here because of what's going on in the Red Sea. So this is just a little food for thought, or should I say this is just a little freight for thought. But I want you drivers to keep that in mind, because I want you guys to be able to get your money, get paid, be reasonable on your rates, factor in your costs. But don't let these people talk you down with a promise of, for example, I'm going to give you 10 loads a week and we don't have a contractual agreement. So stay persistent, stay consistent, and be safe out there, drivers. Hey, this your trusted driver, your highway brother from the Truckers Lounge, along with my co-host Gene, who's not here. And we just want to tell you to be safe out there. And guys, we love you. And thank you for the support.